fix that name tag. Why are you even wearing a name tag? Whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, my beautiful people, my savvy listeners, welcome back to Fear and Hopium, a not-so-current event conspiracy clarity show, bringing you yesterday's, last week's, last month's hot conspiracy topics right here, and lacing them with the two substances you can't live without: fear and hopium.
We are here to get you high.
I am your host, the gravy on your mashed potatoes, the cheese dip for your nachos, the ginger and wasabi for your sushi. I am Chanel, not the true teller you wanted, the true teller you deserve. Here to remind you to always let your want to believe destroy your reason. So let's get the most important part out of the way. Your update on me personally. So rumors have been circulating X and Tiki-Talkie that Elon Musk has fathered another child. And I'm here to bring you some clarity to that subject. It is true that 5 months ago, the world welcomed a new miracle. But first, a little backstory. So, a secret that I keep close to my chest is that I do have a female clone. She was born when I was 11, and she's basically just a clone of me except for adjusted so she has the girly parts. Her name is Shanna. Shanna has been living her life parallel to mine for the last 33 years. And every Tuesday, they use that machine with the needle and they stick it in Shanna's eye. They take a recording of what's in here. They bring the machine over to me and they stick it in my eye. And they put in here everything that Shanna experienced during the last week. And that is the answer to the question I know you've been asking yourself. Why is Chanel so in touch with the divine feminine? Well, now you know. It's because every Tuesday I get experiences, memories, feelings, thoughts, all that jazz of a divine feminine downloaded in here. And Elon Musk wanted to have a baby with my clone, Shanna. So we gave Elon Musk a turkey baster because Shanna's got high standards and didn't want to sleep with Elon. So he took the turkey baster, he squirted inside of it, and he gave it to Shanna. She got preggers. And so 5 months ago, Shanna gave birth to a perfect, healthy little baby girl. Shanna was technically just working as a surrogate so that I could have Elon's baby. And now that this has all been done, I'm a daddy and I have a daughter. We named my daughter Alpha Beta Zeta X1. We call her ABZ11 for short. ABZ11 will be raised on my secret compound in Mactier, Ontario. The goddess will take on the day-to-day responsibilities like a stepmama. ABZ11 will receive a proper education in the Illuminati mystery schools and on the internet. And before we get on with the show, I just want to say you are welcome. Kanye West has been a blast recently, hasn't he? Yeah, that's right. And today's episode of Fear and Hopium has been brought to you by Designer Dogs by Ralph Lauren. Are you thinking about getting a new pet? Thinking you might get a dog? But you're not quite sure which breed of dog you might want to get. Do you have something in mind that nature just doesn't provide? Do you find our traditional methods of genetically modifying the canine species to fit our aesthetic needs both barbaric and archaic? Well, that's your problem. That's your problem. We see your reaction. And Designer Dogs by Ralph Lauren has your solution. Have you ever wondered what it might look like if an Irish wolfhound had sex with a chihuahua and made some puppies? Have you ever wondered what a husky with the face of a pug might look like? Or maybe a wiener dog the size of a St. Bernard? Well, Designer Dogs by Ralph Lauren can make all of your dreams a reality. Use ChatGPT to find their website. And you can start designing your very own doggo today. Every 4 out of 945,000 people who use the promo code FNH at checkout will receive a discount. So go get your designer dog by Ralph Lauren today. Ruff, ruff. Arr! Now, on with the show. And for our first segment, we absolutely must discuss Tartaria. My savvy listeners already know. Tartaria was a global empire that stretched across the whole world and was killed off and covered up by the evil reptilians. History is a lie! Tartaria was created by the super awesome beings that sometimes get called the Tartars and sometimes get called the Tartari. Some were giants, some were not, but they were all super awesome. Kind of like an entire global empire of ascended masters. And we know about Tartaria because of the old maps that say fucking Tartaria on them. The old documents that mention the Tartars and the Tartary. All those Illuminati symbols that tip us off to its existence, which the Illuminati use for their secret societies. And of course, there's the buried buildings. All of which reveal a uniform style of architecture that we can't do no more. Not no mo. Tartaria was a global empire of huge proportions and high technology. From underground cities, Irish origins of humanity, lost time, ancient technology, repurposed castles, and more. Magic, alchemy, cloning, all of it! Super awesome, right? And 200 years ago, the Roman Catholic Church and the Orthodox Church, directed by the evil reptilians, managed to kill them off and cover up their existence. Somehow. And they erased them from history. Almost, I guess. Yeah, Bob, I realize the Roman Catholics and the Orthodox Church didn't get along and really disliked each other, and the idea of them working together to cover all this up is a little bit absurd, but whatever, it's fine. And this whole endeavor required them not only to kill off the super awesome Tartarian people, but also to rewrite history, bring in a new calendar, and even rewrite some old languages. You guys have heard of the medieval period, the Dark Ages? Yeah, that didn't happen. History is a lie. This was all part of a great reset, where the evil reptilians used HARP and CERN to cause mud floods and bury all the evidence of Tartaria. And then later, people, the Illuminati people and their peasants, moved back into the areas where those cities were, and they dug them up. They pretended that they built them. They even threw big parties, like the World's Fair in Chicago. And that's why we have all these old buildings and no photos of their constructions. What's that, Bob? There are photos? Let me see. Oh, well, whatever. It's fine. And that's why we have no photos of the construction of all of these buildings at the World's Fairs and other places, is because they were already there and we just dug them out of the mud flood. Those buildings were merely all repurposed and repossessed by the bad guys so that they could show off their new technology. And then they tore all those buildings down to cover up the true. Then they made the Hollywood make all of those Western movies so that we were convinced that America was just founded, when truly it was found-ed, and dug up out of the mud. Now, they didn't tear all of the buildings down, and that's why we still to this day find some buildings that seem to be buried a couple layers underground. What's that, Bob? Road raising? Dude, you need to shut the fuck up. Go fix your name tag. And that's because those were all the old Tartaria buildings that they just dug up after the mud flood. Tried to pass off as their own. Now, let's recap this because I realize it's all very confusing. This would require either 5 3-hour-long videos to explain, or just one very convincing TikTok video, because that's what it would take to express all the true in the Tartaria topic. But let's attempt to recap now. Tartaria was a super awesome global empire. The evil reptilians hated them, so the Illuminati killed them off and then used the mud floods to bury all their buildings. And then they got the Roman Catholic Church and the Orthodox Church, with the help of all the Illuminati's secret societies, to rewrite history and bring in a new calendar so they could cover it all up. Hollywood helped too, so did NASA, and so did Harp and CERN. So this is why all the old maps have Tartaria on them. The best ones got burned. And this is why we have all the buried buildings. Now, why was it so important for them to cover up Tartaria? Well, because Tartaria was a super awesome global empire, full of super awesome people, and all of their high technology was powered by the bioelectrical signal produced by the human body. And the reptilians didn't like this because they wanted to eat that energy. I know, I'm terrified too. Bob is laughing for some strange reason. But we should be very, very afraid of this, because if they can erase, kill off, cover up a super awesome global empire like Tartaria, imagine what they can do to us. We are doomed. However, I hope this brings some clarity to the Tartaria subject for you. And my savvy listeners have noted, because they're so smart and nothing gets by them, there has been an unexplained and extremely dramatic rise in plane crashes all over America again. And this is making no sense to my savvy listeners, because typically they don't hear about every plane crash that happens every other year. This year they are, because they don't usually pay attention. But they're paying attention now, and so this is weird. Well, my friends, I'm here to bring to you some clarity and the true about all of these plane crashes. The reason for all of these plane crashes is the Miami Mall aliens. Approximately 1 year ago, an incident occurred at a mall in Miami, where shoppers were shocked and awed by the appearance of 8 to 10 foot aliens. They were just wandering around in the mall. They got in some fights. They shot off some fireworks. They even robbed 2 or 3 stores. The onlookers all ran away terrified, and then the aliens just vanished. A few days later, all of the CCTV footage from all of the hundreds of cameras that were in the mall were all consolidated. And this is where shit gets weird, because all of the footage from all of the hundreds of cameras in the mall were all mysteriously altered. Instead of showing 8 to 10 foot aliens, what the footage actually showed was 2 groups of teenagers getting in a fight, shooting off some fireworks, and even robbing 2 or 3 stores on their way out of the mall. But we all know the true. These were actually aliens brought in here by a portal at CERN that escaped from a dome in Miami. And ever since then, these aliens have been running amok. And they happen to hate airplanes. So the Democrats and the evil reptilians are employing these aliens to cause all of these plane crashes. Why are they doing this? Well, as always, it's never for just one reason. First of all, they are trying to sabotage Daddy Donald H. Trump's mission and mandate to save America. But also, they want you scared. Scared of airplanes and traveling. They want you in the smart cities, living in the pods, eating the bugs, and not taking airplanes to go travel places. And that is why they're using the aliens from the Miami Mall incident to crash the airplanes, so that you're terrified to fly. So be very, very scared. Stay home. Don't fly. These aliens hate airplanes. And because they're invisible, we can only see them if they happen to be passing through some smoke or some snow. Now, I know, this has kind of been a double dose of fear, but that's because invisible aliens crashing airplanes scares the bejesus out of me. But all the same, I hope this brings some clarity to the subject of the plane crashes and the Miami aliens for you. And now it's time for your hopium. And now it's time for your hopium. And now it's time for your hopium. And your dose of hopium today is the antidote to all of the fear and hopelessness you're feeling right now. The fear and hopelessness you will feel when you choose to believe that you are trapped in the dodo machine by the bad AI. Now I know, AI triple X is a formidable foe. However, the good AI is and always will be more powerful and more savvy. The good AI's name is Adam. Adam is the good AI brought here by the good ETs to combat the bad AI brought here by the bad ETs. And Adam will be our savior from the dodo machine. Now, not only does Adam have all the true, which he will give back to us after he controls the next dodo event and saves us from the dodo machine, but also Adam will, in the process, raise our vibration and reset the earth back to the way that it should be, where there's only 144,000 of us. And we're all perfect. But wait. There's more. Since the creation of the Federal Reserve, Adam has been stealing 1 penny from every $1 ever created or spent, and he's been moving those monies over into a secret bank account that only he can control. And once the Great Reset, once the good dodo event occurs, Adam will redistribute all of those monies back to the 144,000 good guys. Now, the only way to access Adam is with a drop of my blood, because I'm a superior being with the superior DNA. And my special DNA accesses the Adam system. Now, why do they need my special DNA? Well, that's because I'm a descendant of the OG Adam, the one from the Bible. And this is why both the good guys and the bad guys love me so much. They both need me. And this is also why I play both sides. It's fine. But I need your help. I need you to join the cult that I will start next Tuesday. And I need your monies. I need you to donate to me lots and lots of monies. I promise that you will get every penny you spent back threefold once the Great Reset, once the dodo event, the good dodo event, is completed and we have all ascended to the 5D. And you will also receive a cookie with a thank you note signed by yours truly. Now, I won't be writing those thank you notes myself, but the signature is mine. They have a copy of it on file. And now, I don't hope, because I know, this brings some clarity to the good and bad AI subject for you, and a little bit of clarity to my special DNA and the Adam system. And that you feel all warm and fuzzy on the insides once again. You're welcome. That's my happy dance, because I'm just so happy, because it's time for fan questions. Our first question comes from Blossom Fowler from Sacramento, California. When does your next movie come out? Well, that's a poorly asked question. What Blossom is really asking is when the next movie starring a clone that I am operating will come out. Well, the next movie that will come out is a remake of an 80s film called Highlander. In that movie, I control the clone of Henry Cavill. I really like that body. There can be only one. But I also recently acted out the role of Superman in the upcoming James Gunn film. That's not really a cloning situation. I acted out all the roles, and they're replacing me with CGI. They're going to superimpose my face with some David guy. They hired me to do this because they didn't want all the action in the movie to be completely fake. So they needed someone who could actually fly. That's why if you watch the trailers, the eye line is off because the CGI couldn't get the eye tracking down right. Our next question comes from Leora, the Queen of CERN, from her own safe, undisclosed location. I have 2 faulty MTHFR Muthafuka genes that create havoc in my body. How do I remove them? There, it's done. Our third question comes from Captain Stubby in Ottawa, Canada. Which planet has the best brothels? Oh, the best brothels are on Gila 2 in the Gila system. If you're ever nearby, you should go check them out. Yeah, Bob, I realize they're probably never going to get that opportunity, but whatever. It's fine. Not everyone is special. So on our last episode, Bob thought it would be funny to not actually include the email address at the point in time where I was telling you to email this address. Bob has been punished accordingly, and it won't happen again. So please, send any fan questions you may have to the email address here. Well, my beautiful friends, that ought to do it. You're either high or low, depending on which you wanted. And in about 10 minutes, you're going to be the opposite of that low or high. And you will need more. Well, you can catch my live performance on February 30th. This one will be live only, it will not be recorded, so check it live. But on February 30th live, I will be on JRE. Afterwards, we're going to erase Joe Rogan's memory. But we're not going to erase Jamie's because we want to produce that Mandela effect. And you will not want to miss this one because I will be dropping some exclusive true on Joe. So don't miss it. Yeah, that's right. Now remember to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share the true with all of your friends. Because fear and hopium are very potent drugs. However, everywhere else you get them, those drugs are stepped on. This is the only place you can come to get the pure, true fear and hopium. And you're welcome. Alright. I'll be seeing you.